Good morning from the hammock. It is a cloudy, slightly drizzly morning. I'd take the bug net off to show you, but I don't think so. Mosquitoes are pretty thick out there. Hammock had a couple issues last night. Somehow, water managed to seep into the corner where my foot usually goes. There. I think I just have that piece of the tarp not quite strung properly and allowed some leakage to get in. Saying goodbye to my first sight. Opeongo is absolutely beautiful this morning. Actually, I'll show you once I launch here. Probably started that a bit high. Okay. Now I can show you Opeongo. Opeongo is completely calm, except for these few waves that are rolling in off a boat that went by a little while ago. This is how I like to see Opeongo. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Opeongo, as I said earlier. I love early morning like this, waking up on this humongous lake, and it's perfectly smooth water. Otherwise, Opeongo can be a real bear. The wind gets up, the waves get up, and no direction is really the right direction. You don't really paddle Opeongo so much as you conquer it, or you skip it with the water taxi. Breakfast this morning, 4 Pop-Tarts. No cooking required. The only cooking I did was I heated up some water for my coffee. Oh, here we are at the first portage of the trip. It's probably my biggest. 2.23 kilometers. 2.25 kilometers. And there's a dock, which I may or may not make use of. Well, it's 7:30 and I've made the first little mini trip of the portage. I used to do my portages by carrying all my gear to one end, come back, get my boat, and go to the other end. Simple. But in the longer portages, sorry, the number of mosquitoes here is making it so that I'm constantly wiping my hand. So now what I do is I'll take my gear until the first inkling that I want to break. And then I stop, and I don't take a break, I just drop my gear and I come back for the kayak. That walk back empty-handed is my break. If I was to do it the old way, I would carry, take a break, carry, take a break, carry, take a break all the way to the end, and then walk back and do the same thing with the boat. This is slightly faster, a little more efficient, but I gotta put this camera away because I don't know if it's picking it up, but the bugs are ridiculous. This creek represents the halfway point on my portage. I've been at it for about an hour and a half, which is about right. And that is the sound of hundreds of bullfrogs, all trying to get laid. Water's not safe today, at least not this water. I was almost to my portage, which is about there maybe, and I couldn't do it. I had to bail, so I stopped off at this lovely little campsite here to have some lunch, dry up my things. All of my things, in fact. I had probably 4 inches of water in the kayak, and that all needed to be drained. So I thought, you know, it's 11:30. Let's stop and have some lunch, and then we'll see about hitting that portage here shortly. Lunch today is a dehydrated chili mac. In fact, all of my lunches for this trip are going to be some version of this. I use them so that I can just stop at a portage or a campsite, whip out the stove, boil the water, soak it, eat it, and be on my way. I don't have to wash any dishes or anything like that, so it's a real time saver. I took the desiccant from that, and I'm attempting to dry out this camera with it. It's right there. This camera won't turn on. It beeps, but it won't turn on, so it's gotten wet, and I'm trying to save it. Ow. I just smashed myself in the face with this wood. Oh, this chopping wood. That really hurt. Well, that's not awkward at all. Oh, it's barely noticeable. Here we are, finally cooking the steak. The flames are probably a bit high for what I'm doing, but wouldn't be the first mistake I've made today. It's been a rough day. I tell you, you know, the last, I don't know, 4 trips I've been out here, I said, that's it, I'm not doing this again. And then I do it again. I don't know what to make of that. But right now, I'm saying that's it, I'm not doing this again. Today was a crap day. The waves on Happy Isle were anything but happy. And they were dangerous, and I never even should have took on that lake. Okay. This part of today is alright. And just the 2 brutally long portages today. Even this lake. What lake am I on? Big Trout. What a nightmare, just getting in through the wetlands. And the wind, and it's just, I basically ditched here. I mean, I hoped it. This is the first site that I came across, and thankfully it was empty. My only hope is tomorrow morning, when I get up, 5-ish, 5, 6, that the lake is calm, and I can go straight across it and be done with it. I'm going to look at the map. There's 2 routes that I could take to my next destination. One is a 2.5k portage, which is a lot like the ones I did today. And the other way is a paddle plus 3 smaller portages that I think take me a total of half an hour longer. So if the wind is up, forget it. I'll just do the portage. Here's what I'm looking at tomorrow. Right now I am here, and I'm pretty well stranded out on this point. There's not much I can do if the water doesn't calm down, so I need to be out in that early morning hour when things are hopefully calm. And if I can just skip to here, I'll be alright, because then I can follow the shore. And this is that longer portage. It takes me to Lac Muir. My original plan was to apparently just wander across the lake, all the way up in here for the big paddle, with a little portage, back down here, medium portage, to Lac Muir. This is starting to look like a better alternative right here. And even then, Lac Muir is going to be rough, because I'm going to be battered against the western shore with the waves behind me. Into Hogan. Well, here I am, tucked into bed. It's 9 o'clock. I've had enough of today. Today's one of those days where I wish today hadn't happened. Or I wish I could forget today. I'm exhausted. I have a camera that doesn't seem to work anymore. Even my headlamp works, but doesn't turn off properly. So I have to pull the battery so it doesn't kill it. I'm using my cell phone to shoot these little videos, and I don't even know if it's going to be worth making a video after this. I just want out of here. I want out of this park. I kind of don't want to come back. But I looked at the map for tomorrow. Now, if the lake is calm, if this lake is calm tomorrow, then I can make it to that portage. The day might be better. Better than today.